Hey guys,
Hey guys.
welcome back to another episode of Every Dirty Detail after about 2 weeks off because life has been lifing. It's been throwing us for a loop lately. So
Kicking ass.
we have been no, our ass has been handed to us lately.
Yeah.
So we have not had a chance to get together. We did record an episode and my phone cut us out halfway through and I had no idea.
Technical
So
difficulties.
yeah, it's been a time. So nonetheless, we found today to hopefully get us back on track
Yeah.
and get us through things.
A lot of things.
But with that being said, we don't have a lot of time today, so we're gonna get right to it. We decided, since it is wedding season, that we're not gonna talk about happy wedding things.
God, no.
Because we don't give a shit about that. We are gonna go for, things that have gone wrong during weddings this episode. Wedding horror stories and just different things that have gone wrong. So do you have any like personal ones? Like weddings that
Not
you've been to or anything where something's significantly gone wrong?
nothing like bad that's gone wrong. I feel like when I go to a wedding, it's more like, is the food good? Is the music good? The dessert. Like it has to be a vibe.
Yeah.
Like it has to
And the
be
people
like
getting married have to actually like each other.
yeah. Then there's that. That's another story. I feel like it just has to be like a good vibe. I've gone to like quite a few that have been like really good. One of my old store managers, Karen, her wedding, top notch.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then like after, like, oh my god, we're drinking like crazy. Yo, they come out with pizzas.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, she knew what she was doing.
Definitely.
She
She
came
was like,
right in.
everyone's gonna be drinking. Let's give some greasy
Oh
food.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Open bar, all that fun stuff. Yeah. Hers, like, I would have to say, was from the moment you went in till like that. Amazing,
Okay.
amazing.
Well, we'll take tips and tricks from her another time, but
But nothing. I don't know. Those are the things I look for at a wedding, like the vibe and the food's good, the music is good.
definitely food. I think food and music is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Like that's all I'm gonna care about when I eventually get married.
Hopefully, I'm a bridesmaid.
Obviously, I have no friends. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be you and my
Wow.
siblings.
Out of petty. Damn it.
No, you and my siblings. I've told Ray that from the start. It's you and my siblings. I mean,
And all the kiddos.
and then yeah, I mean,
All the kiddos.
so. All right, well, let's get into a story then. So this one is titled "The Venue Lost My Contract and Cashed My Deposit Twice." I would be livid.
Oh hell no.
So, all right, this one's kind of a lengthy one, which I always hate reading, but it is what it is. So I toured my wedding venue October of 2022, and there were rumors circling that the owner was planning on selling soon. On my tour, I asked about that, and the owner assured me that they would not be selling. Let's call that owner Sally. I took Sally at her word and sent her the deposit of $3,000, booking the venue for September 21st, 2024. She cashed that check in November of 2022. Okay. A week later, I began ordering things, and since we had the venue booked, that included things with the date on them: save the dates, invitations, custom engraved cufflinks, signatures, signage, etc. My exact words to justify these purchases were, well, it's not like the date's going to change. I even booked all of my vendors. Oh, how naive I was.
Damn.
In July of 2023, I went into my caterer to do my tasting, and it turned out they had a job opening. So my mother in law applied while we were there and got the job. While working there, she found out the caterer does a walkthrough of each venue that they're working at. So she attempted to get a hold of my venue and couldn't get a response for over a month. Oh, I would be in panic mode.
Oh hell no.
When she finally got a response, she booked a venue tour for February of 2024, 1 week after I sent out the save the dates and 7 months before my wedding. At the end of the tour, she asked if she could talk to the owner about her son and daughter-in-law's wedding on September 21st. The venue owner said, "Sure. Alice and Ryan, not our names." My mother-in-law corrected her, and the whole story came out. Sally sold the venue 1 week after cashing my deposit check to a stay-at-home mom who apparently thought owning a wedding venue would be an easy, hands-off side hustle. Let's call the stay-at-home mom Mary. Well, Mary made it through exactly one wedding season before realizing how wrong she was and selling the venue again. Oh, God. When owner number 3, let's call her Hannah, took possession, everything was a mess. She refused to buy the LLC and be held liable for any problems that could arise from the prior owners. By a mess, I mean these were contracts falling out of folders, weeds out of control at the venue. Oh my God. Construction halfway finished in the bridal suite, decor and furniture thrown all over the place in the basement. Mary hadn't even gotten in contact with all of the couples to let them know the venue had been sold. So everyone was completely in the dark.
The anxiety.
Apparently, the deal Mary and Hannah made was that Hannah would honor all contracts that were presented to her at the sale. Unfortunately, our contract was one of the ones that had fallen out of the folder, and Mary hadn't bothered to learn how to access the digital calendar Sally had made. So Mary had booked another couple on our date, and that couple was the one whose contract was presented at the sale. That meant Hannah was legally obligated to honor their contract instead of ours. Luckily, Hannah felt horrible about the situation we were put in and blocked out the days before and after our date, offering to honor our deposit and contract and give us one of those days instead. Whew. We had booked our honeymoon flight and hotel for the day after, so we took the day before. Now getting married on Friday, September 20th. We started a lawsuit for breach of contract to get back our deposit and damages for everything I ordered that had the date on it. So note to self, I'm not ordering shit with the date on it till the very last minute. Probably totaling around $6,000.
Oh,
however, that has been at a standstill for a couple of months because Sally swore she gave Mary our contract and Mary swore she didn't. And we had no proof. That is, we had no proof until yesterday. Yesterday, I got a panicked call from my mother saying that the venue had just cashed a check for $3,000. That was weird because we hadn't given them another check since the one she cashed in November of 2022. We had not gotten a receipt and that check being cashed for the lawsuit. So we compared the check numbers from the bank and the receipt, and sure enough, they had tried to cash the same check a second time. We called the bank and reported it as fraud, and my mom going in today to get a record of who tried to cash that check so we can prove it was Mary. We know for a fact that it wasn't Sally or Hannah, which could only mean Mary found our contract or at least our deposit and tried to cash the check, not realizing that Sally already had. Our theory is that Sally had used mobile banking to cash the check. I was just going to say that's weird because the banks keep the check, but that makes sense. The first time around and put the physical check back in a folder with our contract, which was then given to Mary. Mary put it in a box somewhere, stumbled across it yesterday and went, "Oh, I have money," not realizing that she just gave us all the proof we needed. Sadly, we don't have our date back, but that was definitely an axe to my guest list. But all vendors were able to move to the new date, and I started reordering everything. And if everything goes well, we should have enough proof to win the lawsuit. Everything happens for a reason, and everyone gets their karma eventually. Whoa. First of all, that was so long to read. And wow.
That's so stressful.
Could you imagine all that? No. Like, you're so excited you log in this date, and then all of a sudden you're like, your contract can't be found. It's switched owners 3 times. Like, now I'm sure you're trying to contact all 3 different parties, and you're like, what the heck's going on?
That's too much. Wow.
That made my head hurt.
They gave me a little bit of anxiety for her.
Right?
Just like
trouble breathing. You're so excited. You order all these things with the date on it, like everyone always does. And then you get it all, and then you're like, just kidding. Now I have to reorder everything with a whole new date on it.
And that's like, I feel like such a like
I think
effect
I
with,
leave the old date as a joke. I just feel like it is what it is.
yeah, it's just like an effect because it'll affect everything before the wedding too, like bachelor party, bachelorette party, bridal
Mm-hmm.
shower, like all that stuff comes into play. Like, oh hell
I think she
no.
was very lucky that the vendors were able to switch,
Yeah.
because a lot of times the
And
vendors
she's getting
during wedding
married. Well,
season,
it was September.
yeah,
So from May to September, that's like
peak
peak
season.
season
Mm-hmm.
for weddings. Like for them to be able to accommodate her, like wow.
Yeah.
Mary, Sally, Hannah, they all should just get their ass beat.
And everyone in between.
Everybody can get it.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough. All right, let's move along because we do not have a lot of time today. So this one says, "Am I the asshole for buying the dress that my friend almost chose as her wedding dress?" What? First of all, no. All right. So,
I'm already judging.
so I want to get some outside opinions on this situation. My 27 male Jacob fiance, 26 female Cece is super stressed out about a is super stressed out. A quick backstory: Cece and her bridesmaid, 25 female Abigail, have been friends for a while, about 5 years. They have never fought, but Cece has opened up to me about how anxious she gets when Abigail comes for a visit from out of town, because she will announce that she's visiting with only a couple days' notice, and Cece gets pretty bad social anxiety and prefers to plan get togethers in advance. Respectful.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Cece has tried to get Abigail to tell her a lot sooner when she's coming to visit, because she does want to see her, but sometimes she has to continuously drop these announcements out of the blue. When Cece says that she's already had plans for the weekend with her family, or is sick, or literally anything other than yes, I'm totally free, Abigail doesn't take no for an answer and will push and push until Cece gives in or Abigail gets upset with her. Abigail can be very argumentative about a lot of things, and Cece can be a bit of a pushover. Apart from the guilt tripping, their relationship is good, and like I said, they almost never argue. Well, yeah, when one's a pushover. A couple months back, Abigail and Cece both asked each other to be their bridesmaids in each other's weddings. They both said yes without hesitation. Abigail asked Cece to go dress shopping with her and her family, and while they were there, Abigail tried on close to 10 dresses and had narrowed it down to two. They were both completely different in styles. Abigail's family, along with Cece, agreed that dress number one was the one for her. But Abigail was unsure until trying them both on again. She agreed with them and bought dress number one. Several months later, Cece went dress shopping with her family without Abigail and bought a dress. A month later, she changed her mind about it and returned it. And with only 3 months to spare before our wedding, the day that the day after she returned the dress, she went to the same dress shop that her and Abigail had gone to. She chose this store because they had cheaper dresses. Cece's family went with her again without Abigail. Cece has always been self-conscious about her body and always said that she wanted a poofy wedding dress. Oh, me too. and, and when she went to the shop, she told the lady helping her that she only wanted ball gown dresses. The lady asked if she'd be willing to try on some fitted dresses as well, just to see what they would look like on Cece. And Cece said yes to her and told her that she wasn't interested in buying a fitted dress though. After trying on about 6 dresses or so, she tried on a fitted dress and absolutely fell in love with it. Her family told her that they knew this was the one the second she walked out in it. She felt confident in it, she felt beautiful, and it wasn't until she stood in front of the mirror that she realized she was wearing the dress that Abigail almost picked. Only that, her heart dropped, and she told her family that she couldn't because she felt like Abigail would probably and understandably be upset. But her family and the employee all said that she would understand. Abigail would understand. So Cece bought the dress, non-refundable. As the wedding date grows near, Cece is starting to freak out because she knows that Abigail can be hard to talk to in these situations. She worries that if she tells Abigail now, she will either drop out of the wedding, which would devastate Cece, or she'll be angry and cause a scene at the wedding. So, is she an asshole for buying the dress her friend almost picked? First of all, no. Your friend didn't pick it at the end of the day.
Yeah, she picked the other dress.
She picked the other dress. So why does it matter what dress you picked? If we were going dress shopping and cut the shit, and we tried on whatever, we tried on dresses, and I narrowed it down to 2, and I ultimately went with one of the other ones, but you liked the other one, that I would be like, yeah, of course, I would love to see you in that dress. I loved the dress, so why would it matter who's in it?
True. But the homegirl's probably just really petty.
I mean,
but she's scared of her, clearly.
Yeah. She's like petrified of her. She's like, wait, what? Like, I don't want to tell her I'm wearing the dress she almost picked. Like, will that girl even remember?
Probably. I don't know, maybe. I don't think she's an asshole for it. I mean, she went in there with the mindset of a certain style dress. But their whole job is to show you different styles of dresses. Yeah. Everybody's body type is different. So maybe that fit her very nicely and stuff like that. Yeah, it
sounds like she fell in love with it.
Yeah. Because she literally went in there looking for like a poofy dress.
Yeah, and ended up with a fitted one. And I mean, I think when you're like self-conscious about your body and you go for like those bigger dresses that hide your body a little bit more, but then you try on something that is fitted and looks great on you, like...
I mean, I did go dress shopping with my best friend, and I wanted the poofy one, and no. See? I didn't like it, and then they put me kind of like, I think they're called like a mermaid dress. I don't know. It's like very like kind of like fitted, and then like
a little poof at the bottom.
Yeah. So it was like easier for me to like. Obviously, they would have to hem a shit ton of it because I'm so fucking short. But I didn't picture like walking in there. That's not what in my head. I was like, no, like I know what I want because I want to hide like certain things, and no.
When I went with
fell in love with something different.
When I went with Amanda and we went wedding dress shopping, she, I believe it was lace. Like she was dead set. Like she thought she was gonna end up in a lacy dress, and she walked out with something completely different. And what was so funny about it was we went to 2 different places. Wow. So we went to 3. And the first places we went to, she tried this dress on. And she was like, I don't know, went back and forth about it. And I was like, all right, well, we have other places. Let's go try these other places and we'll go from there. And at the 3rd place, she tried on that same exact dress. They had a smaller size, so it fit her a little better. Oh. And I mean, she was just like, no, she's like, this is it. Like, I tried it on twice at 2 different places and I love it just as much as, as the first time around. Mm-hmm. And so she just got that dress. She was like, no, I love it. Like, this is it. So
Jamie's dress is beautiful too.
But I couldn't imagine if I picked out her second favorite dress that she would be mad at me.
I'm trying to figure out who would I go when they went to try on dresses. They went to Jamie's, yeah. Hers was really nice. Her wedding dress was nice. Mm-hmm. But being there because you're there with people that like you want their opinion and stuff like that. I've watched, what does it say, Yes to the Dress?
Yeah.
I've watched that like a few times and stuff like that. And like, you'll have like, because some people have way too many people there. Like, they have like all kinds of family. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, maybe like a few people, that's good. But like, you go in there with that mindset. Because I remember going with my best friend. Went in there with, this is what I want. This is the kind of dress and no. The lady's like, how about you try this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're trained to know, like, to look at your body type and be like, okay, like, yes, I know in your head you want this style, but similar body types have looked great in this style. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when I eventually go, I want to try on everything. It'll be like a whole week extravaganza.
Just give us a lot of champagne because we're going to be there all day.
All day.
All day. All day.
All right.
I don't think she's an asshole though. Like,
I don't either. Your friend
fell in love with it. Yeah. I mean,
unless she plans on getting a divorce and that was going to be like her second time around wedding dress.
You can come hang out with me.
But like, yeah, I don't think she was.
Divorce party for 2.
Okay.
So what kind of dress do you want besides a poofy one?
I just
like a tube top, strap. Wait.
Yeah, tube top. I want it to like go down, show the tits. I don't even care if I gotta tape these puppies up. I mean, I want it to be like, boom.
And then to like poof.
Yeah. In my head, that's what I want, but
I liked
I don't know what
those
I'll end
like
up with.
some of those like tight
I
fitted
do
like
like the mermaid
corseted
one, too.
ones.
Yeah. And then the poof at the bottom.
Those are so beautiful.
But we'll see. All right.
Let me know when.
All right. Let's get into this last one because I know you have to go.
These kids and their games. Good God.
So, all right. So this one's titled Mother-in-Law Demanded to Design the Bride's Dress.
Oh, hell no.
All right. My mom was an iconic wedding dress designer back in the day and has some pretty famous faces that she has designed for. Oh, all right.
What
so
a
it's not just like
queen.
grandma doing it in the sweatshop.
Not the sweatshop.
She is also the absolute queen of petty and will always advocate for what she believes is right.
Okay, queen.
I've always been incredibly proud of her, but tonight she told me a story I just had to share with you. My mom had a boutique with bridal gowns to buy, some to rent, but she was better known for designing the dress of the bride's dreams, absolutely from scratch. Oh, that's pretty cool. She had this bride come in to the boutique with her mother-in-law. Mother-in-law was generously offering to pay for the dress, but the catch was that the dress had to be what she, the mother-in-law, wanted, and the bride had no real choice or say. Nope, immediately no.
Goodbye.
I will sell feet pics to buy my own dress
I'll
because I
sell
would
a
not allow
kidney.
that.
Like,
I will
absolutely
not allow
not.
that. Okay. My mom realized that.
Got riled up.
My mom realized this, but the bride agreed, and all the mother-in-law's choices and decisions, and did as she was asked in terms of designing and making the dress for the bride. Then it came to the final fitting. This is the only fitting the bride attended on her own. Usually, this is the fitting with the entourage and where the bride is most excited. Not this bride. I wonder why. She said she liked the dress, but she just didn't love it, but couldn't afford to pay for it on her own, and so she graciously accepted the mother-in-law's gift and didn't realize the conditions it came with. My mom took this opportunity to ask the bride, what would she change if she could? What did she like? What did she not like? The bride was honest with my mom, but explained the mother-in-law situation. What my mom did next is just amazing. She told the bride that the changes she wanted could be made to the existing dress. It was a lot of work, but not too much time. But it could be done. In return, my mom wrote a check to refund the mother-in-law and insisted on selling the dress to the bride. She offered to hire her, for a fraction of the price. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to say hired. I'm pretty sure it says buy it, give it to her for a fraction of the price. The bride got a brand new and amazing dress of her dreams. The mother-in-law got refunded of the deposit she paid, and therefore no say in the dress that the bride wanted. Mom said it was absolutely worth it to see the bride look so glowing in the dress that she chose. Don't mind my dog because one of the kids obviously let her out.
Mom life.
Anyway, I think that was amazing for the mother-in-law. I mean, not the mother-in-law, the mom.
Like that, you messed up.
The boutique owner.
Yeah, that was really nice of her to do, though.
Where were we?
You have to do a lot of editing.
I have to do a lot of editing on this because what else is new? But I think the mom that owns the boutique shop was absolutely amazing for doing that.
Especially, like, she knows what she's doing and stuff like that.
Well, and I think she's probably like, one, this is my shop, I'm the designer, and she obviously wants someone to be happy.
On their wedding day, too.
On their wedding day, but obviously happy with what they're wearing because it's coming from her and she made it.
Yeah.
If I made
that's
something,
her name on the street. Yeah.
I would want someone to be nothing but happy.
Yeah.
With what I designed and that they were wearing. And the fact that she just like refunded.
But you hear so many crazy like mother-in-law stories with like planning the wedding and like no like this and that, and they throw in, well, we're paying for like get the hell out of here, bro.
No, I've heard a lot of things like that too, where whoever's paying for something that they think they have full control over it, when it's like if you're offering to pay for it for because you're whatever family member or whatever the case may be, like that doesn't just mean that you have control over it. Like,
yeah, it's not your wedding.
Yeah,
you had your time.
And if you're doing it out of like the goodness of your heart, then like what the heck?
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean, obviously there's a lot of cheating stories. Did you? Ray was actually telling me one the other day that this couple made it like this. The man, it was the groom. He waited till everyone walked, like all the bridesmaids, groom, everyone's down the aisle. The bride was down the aisle, and they had a projector behind them, and they were playing videos of text messages between the bride and the best man.
I've seen that. I've seen that video before.
Text messages, videos of like he hired a PI, and there were videos of them together, and everyone's looking at her, but everyone's looking at the best man too. I would be like, I'd
be like this, taking my phone out. Girl, you got explaining to do.
Mortified.
Yeah, no, I've seen videos like that. It's crazy.
But yeah, I've seen a couple where it's like that, where they're showing something of like the person cheating.
Or that, or like when they ask like, oh, what is it? If anybody has like
any objections and stuff, please stand.
When people stand up. Oh, I saw one and this girl got up and she's like pregnant with homeboy's baby and everything. I'm like, how did you get past everybody? Like, what? Bro, no. Good. I'm never getting married again. Fuck that. No.
I don't even know if there'll be a first time for me, so.
Just don't worry. I tell people you're my sister-in-law anyway, so.
I don't even care anymore.
It's a fucking piece of paper, guys.
That's everyone that I know that has been married. It either is married, been married, got divorced, like whatever. Like they kind of all say that same thing. It's really just a piece of paper.
Literally, your last name changes,
and that's only if you choose to, too.
Yeah, because I know women that they don't switch theirs.
A lot of women have stopped doing that.
But yeah, I'm good. I don't believe in marriage or love anymore. I'm all set.
Well, I still believe in them, but I guess it just, I don't know.
We're opposite.
We're about to be 11 years in, so at this point, I'm like, it doesn't matter as much to me like anymore.
It did.
Than it did, yeah. I don't know.
You're still doing the normal.
I'm still doing everything. Like the only thing I will change is my bank account will probably have no money in it by the end of it, and I would end up changing my last name. But so my bank account, my last name, and that's about it. That's like literally the only thing that will change.
So expensive now. Like I hear people that are just going to do like weddings like overseas or something, like in a resort, because it's a little it's cheaper and it's more like intimate that way.
Yeah, because less people go because they don't want to pay for the travel and stuff. Like it sucks obviously if you wanted a big wedding, you want a lot of people to go, but you're right, it's so damn expensive.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like because ours didn't happen because of COVID, but we got married in his mom's backyard.
I'm going to a backyard wedding this weekend.
Oh my god,
I do barbecue for Sammy and Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. The process of like, we went to venues, I went to the wedding expos, the list of like who we're inviting. Oh my god. And then it's like, oh my god, you can't forget this person.
My list is like 30 people.
Oh no, it was like so bad. And then like, I'm like, oh my god, we gotta work. For a moment I was like, I gotta get another job if we want to pay for like this, we want to pay for that. Like it was just a lot. And then COVID happened, and then I find out I'm pregnant. Like, before COVID happened, I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do this, cause. And then we did the whole little backyard thing. Literally, you guys were there. My best friend was there. His wife is there. Like,
yeah,
that was it. And I felt more at peace because I didn't have to worry about like all this other
the other things.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I guess it was a blessing in disguise that it happened that way. I mean, no.
People literally go into so much debt for their wedding. And to me,
yes,
I just don't even want that. I don't want that. No, I'd rather use all my money and buy a house, design my own house. Like, no, I'd rather just do that. Like,
I've had
literally nothing's going to change whether I'm married or not married.
Some people say that they've just saved more of the money to get a house, and then they get a nice yard, and then they just
do the backyard wedding. Yeah,
it's just better that way. You can get it catered and like that, stuff like that. I've been to all kinds of different weddings. And you just have more
control that way of things.
Yeah. Tell everybody to go home.
Well, not that, but like, what if I don't want to stop dancing at 9:30? Like,
True.
what if I want this to keep
Because
going?
most venues,
you know?
like, you got to be done by like 11 and stuff like that. So, like, no, you're right.
So
those weren't that bad.
But those were not terrible. They were actually not that bad.
No, they're not that bad.
We need some juicier ones next time.
Maybe we should talk about like.
But I think we should do Bridezillas next.
That and how girls try to wear white.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So if you have any Bridezilla stories or stories about how either like you went to a wedding or it was your own wedding where someone else tried to wear white, please let me know.
Yes.
Send it along to us at everydirtydetail@gmail.com because we definitely want to hear those stories.
Those would be fun.
And yeah, I think we'll probably do Bridezillas next.
Oh yeah.
Those ones.
Those would be cool.
Yeah. We're going to do maybe a few wedding.
Then in June, some fun stuff.
Hopefully back to some juicier stuff. But nonetheless, we'll do that for now.
Yes.
But yeah, other than that, short episode this week, but we are moms and we are in the thick of baseball, softball, work,
T-ball,
house, like everything. So it is what it is. But we got this recorded, so I'm happy about that. We'll get it out and yeah.
We're making it work.
We're making it work.
We're surviving.
We're figuring it out. And then other than that, we will be back next week. So thank you guys.
Bye guys.
Bye.